New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri. Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central European Time. Come find purpose, nurture growth, and live your passion. And now On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri.
Hello, everyone. Greetings. So good to be here with you today. So, I am Beth Linguri, and this is On Purpose. It's a weekly broadcast devoted to supporting you, each one of you who are here today, supporting you on your journey to live your life on purpose. Hearing from you as you send comments and feedback is always a joy. So thank you, and keep the comments coming. And if you'd like to send feedback to the station, we'll put up the link now, and you can send an email right to info@ntmedia.org. Here's the link. It's important that we support each other as we grow this connection with our essential self. And for those of you in Central Europe and Africa, this Wednesday broadcast will be repeated on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So share it with friends. You never know who might benefit from hearing the words that we share here, the ideas. So follow your intuition and share this link with someone who just may be longing to hear these words. So now I invite you into this sanctuary, the sanctuary of this moment now, to become still and close your eyes to close off the outside world and simply listen to the wisdom of your heart. Connect with your passion and follow it during this half hour that we spend together. So now it's just surrender. Surrender and let go. Let go of thinking and planning and judging and all of the other intellectual activities that we are constantly engaged in. Just let them go for now. And also silence those doubts, the inner critic, the skeptic. Just let them all go. They'll be there whenever you want them. But for now, they'll be silent. And be here now. So let us just go into our cells for a moment and just become aware of your body in space. Your seat, your legs firmly on the ground, connecting with the earth, and your spine erect and your head pointed towards the sky above. And focus on the breath. Observe your breathing in and out. And if you can, gently close your eyes. Focus on the breath. The breath is such a gift. It reminds us of the gift of life from the very first breath that we breathed. And we receive every moment the breath. The body is the temple of the divine, so sacred. Nothing you can do, nothing you've ever done can change this, nothing. So breathe into this divinity. Become aware of the silence, the stillness. Inviting your intuition, that within you which knows what you are to do, knows the answers to all of those problems may confronting you, all of the questions. It is right there within you. It is your truth, the truth. So breathe in that truth and allow the words that I speak now to become your words. I am whole and perfect in that divine place within. Everything I need to know is there inside. Nothing I have done or that has been done to me can change that perfection, that divinity, that truth which lies within me. And take a deep breath in, and as you release your breath today, let go. Let go and be in this moment now. There is only peace. Surrender. I surrender to that peace. I rest in that peace. And I remember, and I have attention to continue to remember that no matter what is happening around me, I can always return to the peace within, to the stillness deep within me. There's always a choice to pause, to push the pause button before you react, and reflect before you respond. And so as we continue to sense the stillness that we have created, I invite you to listen to these words from Ernest Holmes in chapter 10 of This Thing Called You, which we're reflecting on this month. I am aware of the divine presence within me. Peace, quiet, and confidence flow through my thoughts. I know that inspiration and guidance are mine. And I allow myself now to be moved by divine intelligence. I lay aside every sense of burden or false responsibility. I lose all fear and uncertainty from my thoughts. And I enter into my kingdom of good today. I expect good today. I look for the good. And what you look for, you will find. And no one can do this for you. You alone can be yourself. This is the greatest of all truths. No one can do this for you. You alone can do it. It brings great power and great responsibility. But the power is there, the support is there. So today, in our time together, I'd like to invite you to reflect on uncovering any ideas that you may have of victimhood or powerlessness that can detract you from this greatest of all truths. If you have these ideas still present, you can choose to let them go. Sometimes it's difficult for them to come into an awareness to let them go. So that's the focus of our sharing today, is to figure out how we can let these go and come into our awareness and get rid of any blocks that are standing in the way of becoming who we are, can become and be what we are, but also to express our purpose. And so we create this intention to see through all the physical and mental obstructions to this one perfect presence within you. So you can say to yourself, I see through all confusion. I see the presence of the divine at the center of my being. Everything that you have, all your gifts, all your qualities, all of your beauty is all here to express life. Express life, the life that you received as a gift. So I encourage you to let go of any sense of entitlement. I deserve this or that. And as you each take each breath, remember you do nothing to earn that breath. It comes and goes. Life breathes you. Breath breathes you. You are breathed by life itself. And all you need to do is simply accept. Most of this time it goes on without even being conscious or aware of it. It is the gift you've received. So that everything that you have, that I have, everything that we have is this gift we have received in order to express it and give it to others, to express life. So today, I'm going to invite you to take on a new practice, and it's called observation. Many of us in the Northern Hemisphere are delighted by the warmth in the air today, in the sense that the sun is gaining in strength and the days are longer and spring is coming forth. And as spring awakens the earth to new life, I encourage you to take time in nature on your walk or simply when you walk outside of your building, on your way to somewhere or to something. Stop and observe the presence of life springing forth everywhere. Just a few weeks ago, months ago, everything seemed so dead, gray, dingy. And now new growth everywhere is sprouting up. Tiny green shoots in the branches, on the ground, in the trees. Flowers, beautiful, colorful flowers, pinks and yellows, reds. This flame of divinity penetrates everything. All of the new life that is just springing forth everywhere. So as you observe this and take it in, reflect that this divine flame, this same divinity that springs forth as new life surging forth, is the same and alive in you, in me. This divine flame burns in you. So, your body is this temple of the living spirit, and every part of your body is in harmony with the living spirit within. That life of the divine spirit flows through every atom of your being. It revitalizes, it reinvigorates, and renews every particle of your physical body. There is a pattern of perfection at the center of your being. And it is now operating through every organ, every function, every action, every reaction. And so as we go through our everydays and those things that come forth in our experience, there may be a tendency to see what's not working or to blame others or anything else for our circumstances. Blaming the outside for what is happening to you. So today, you're going to take your life in your own hands and identify yourself with goodness and joy. The spirit in me is alive, awake and aware, is springing into life, just as the new life outside. My own life is springing forth with new ideas, new creativity, new expressions. So I know that this day, this present moment is so perfect. And everything in my world works harmoniously and divinely. Take a breath. Yes, say yes to that. Yes. You may have heard of Stephen Covey. He wrote a book a number of years ago, maybe in the 80s. It was called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It was very popular when it first came out. And there were many follow-up books after that. There was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Parents, of teenagers, of children, of all kinds of different things. It was a real breakthrough concept. And I just uncovered recently his last book, the last book that he wrote. It was actually published after he passed, and it's called Live Life in Crescendo. It was written with his daughter, and it was published, as I said, after his death. And in this book, he invites us to live life in crescendo. Are you familiar with the crescendo? That sideways V. Okay, that is always in music. It's always telling us to begin to increase, 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 get louder, louder, louder. So he says, why don't you live your life in crescendo? Your most important work is always ahead of you. And that's true at any age. As we age, we may feel that it's done. We've done our thing. Now we can relax and rest, sit by the fire. We might be even pessimistic, looking at what's going on, and there may be a sense of resignation, giving up. But think of the crescendo, expanding, increasing, and remembering that your greatest work is always ahead of you, always ahead of you. He goes on to talk about this idea that your life is a mission, not a career, a mission. He quotes Oprah, who says, there is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. There is no greater gift that you can give or receive, rather than to honor your calling. It's why you were born. And it's how you become most truly alive. And you may feel that you've done it and you're there. But there's always more that is for you to do. Your life is a crescendo, always expanding and increasing. And your greatest work is always ahead of you. So despite how you might feel or what you believe, you can choose your own response to everything in your life, to all the circumstances in your life. He writes this: ineffective people transfer responsibility by blaming others, their environment, or somebody out there, or something past in their life. He suggests that another choice is to say to yourself, I know the written scripts for me that are in me. I am not those scripts. I can rewrite those scripts. I can choose my response to any situation. My behavior is a function of my decisions. So one of the most potent ways that I have discovered to rewrite those scripts in your life is through the idea that was introduced to us by Louise Hay many years ago. Louise Hay was a religious science practitioner who sought to help people using these principles that we were talking about today. And so she created this book called You Can Heal Your Life, and this idea of using affirmations to replace those old scripts. She's written a book that I had just discovered, I hadn't known about before, but just discovered recently. It's called Mirror Work, 21 Days to Heal Your Life. It's a beautiful resource. It's available on Amazon. You can find it anywhere. It's not expensive. But she outlines 21-day practices, each day's practice for 21 days. And it includes a meditation and an affirmation and an actual physical practice. You can read to yourself the meditation, or you can even download the meditation and listen to her speaking at the recording. But on page 29 of the book, she writes the following. Many of us have been accumulating files with labels like, I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. I don't do anything right. And they're buried under piles of old negative tapes. Today, we're going to surprise the little messengers, and we'll do our mirror work, and we'll send new messages to our core. I am willing to let go. I release blame. I'm ready to forgive. And she goes on to describe this process of these affirmations. Affirmations are the key, she says, to getting rid of these old files and replacing them with new ones. But you can add so much power to this by standing in front of the mirror, your bathroom mirror, mirror in your bedroom, or even a hand mirror that you take out and look at. So she says this, remember when something is happening in your life and it doesn't feel comfortable for you, look inside and ask, how am I contributing to this experience? What is it within me that believes that I deserve this? And how can I change this belief? How can I forgive myself and my past and learn to let go and move on? And so she says, let's affirm, I let go of old limitations and beliefs. I let go and I am at peace. If you'd like to join me in taking on this 21-day practice, welcome. We can share together how it's working, and if it does bring miracles to our life. I'm sure it will. So I am inviting you to awaken your whole being to spiritual awareness, to your spiritual perfection. This desire to do something, this urge inside, is a mental echo of your divine mind. This urge and yearning, it's your gift, and it seeks to express itself through you. It's your passion. It's there in everyone. And it's never too late. There's always more to do. There's always a greater you to express. So, in other words, let's release, trust, and surrender to the universe. And as you remember, we will join together in a centering practice that I have included in our talks so far to remind us to move into that place where we can listen to our intuition. Because it is our intellect that does, but the information comes from our intuition. So if we follow our intellect, we can go in circles, because the intellect is not the knower, it's the doer. The knower is the inside intuition. It's deep inside. And then when you know what your intuition has to share with you, your imagination feels it and can create it. So let's join together in a brief centering practice now as we complete our time together today. So we have this intention to live more entirely from this inner knowing and move into our heart space to know that. So we take a breath and we go deep into that inner knowing, allowing all else to fade away. And so if you're doing this at home, find time to be alone, going deep into this sacred center of your being, into that deeper heart space, and visualize it, feel it, be there with it. And ask the questions. What is being revealed to me? What is my highest idea for my life? What is that which is calling me forward, ever expanding in my life? And What do I need to let go of? What will I embrace? And listen, if there's anything else that needs to be spoken or anything else within me, listen, what is that inner, deeper heart space calling to you today? And it could be a word, a picture, a color, any emotion, anything at all. And have that intention to record it, write it down, and reflect on it in the days and hours ahead. And so we express gratitude as we close our centering practice, gratitude for this knowing and for this living in alignment, in joy, living in alignment with our joy, with our bliss, with our purpose. And so I close our time together today by reminding you to share this broadcast with someone who you might say, oh, I know so-and-so who's so stuck, or there may be something in their life that seems overwhelming. As we share and care, we show our love. And that ultimately is our defining purpose for being alive, is to share our caring, to care and share. Share our love. And engage in these acts of loving kindness. And our purpose is often a very small sharing. A visit to someone, a kind word, an uplifting word, something kind about how they might be dressed today, or something they did. It doesn't have to be some huge thing. I think sometimes we believe that our life purpose is something grandiose, and it may be. It can be, and for some of us it is a large project, but it may be something very small. It may be something very dear, but equally powerful. So draw deep on your heart space and allow this intuition to inform your intellect. And allow your imagination to see it already happening. Or as we engage our imagination, this creates the blueprint for the future. It creates the structure so that the universe can fill in. So imagine how this possibly could happen. And then release it. Release it. Let it go. And just enjoy the synchronicity of things that just unfold. Things happen. Someone calls. You see a newspaper. You see an article. The universe, energy of the universe, as you pay attention to this, is always there present, bringing it all to you. All you need to do is listen and say yes. And so we close our time together with a poem. Today's poem is a very short one. It's by Rumi, the great Persian poet and spiritual powerhouse. He was so connected. He was so connected to that divine within him that he almost didn't know the difference of when he was separate from it. He just was so constantly connected. So this is the poem called The Gift. You have no idea how hard I've looked for a gift to bring you. Nothing seemed right. What's the point of bringing gold to a gold mine or water to the ocean? Everything I came up with was like taking spices to the Orient. It's no good thing giving my heart and my soul, because you already have that. You already have my heart and soul. You already have these. So I've brought you a mirror. Look at yourself and remember me. And so I honor the divine in you. Go in peace. Namaste.
Thanks for watching. Join us again next Wednesday for more of On Purpose with Reverend Beth Linguri, only on New Thought Media Network. Learn more at www.ntmedia.org.